Hello HOD creatives, quick one. Let's quickly make this inner turban cap. It's very simple to make. With or without a sewing machine, you can make this. Without a sewing machine, you can make it. So guys, if this is something you know you would love to learn, you have to watch this video to the end. And this cap is essential for every woman. It's a must have. So, and it's also an hijab inner cap. So guys, let's get right into the class. All right, welcome back. So we are going to be using a lycra fabric. A lycra, it's a very stretchy fabric and it's very okay for this cap. You can use any kind of lycra, either the thick one, the light one, the flowery one, any kind of lycra. It's perfect for this simple cap. So all you're going to do is just to fold the cap into two, just the way you're seeing on the screen. You go ahead and fold your measurement, your fabric into two, and again you also fold it into two again, making four. So you're folding it into four, just the way you're seeing on the screen. Then you go ahead and arrange your fold very well and make sure there's no any part that is not relaxing. Then you go ahead and place your measurements, and the measurement you are going to be using is 11 inches from the folded part. You measure your 11 inches. So there is 11 inches. For the width, that is the edge circumference, is 11 inches. Then the length is 13 inches. We are using 13 inches for the length. The width is 11 inches on fold. When we open it, it's going to be 22 inches, including your sewing allowance, right? Including your sewing allowance. So you are going to be having 22 inches. So when you're done with that, your measurement, you go ahead and just give it that nice curve at the back of the cap. Go ahead and give it a nice curve, just the way you're seeing on the screen. And 1 yard of fabric is more than enough for this cap. You are even that 1 yard, you can make 2 or 3 out of that 1 yard. And this measurement is perfect for any head size. Any head size is perfect for it. Now when you're done with your curving, you go ahead and pin, so you can take it to the sewing machine to sew. So you go ahead and pin it down, right? So when you're done pinning, if you have any excess, you go ahead and trim it out, just the way you're seeing. I have excess, so I'm trimming out my excess. So you go ahead and pin. So when you're done pinning, because you have to pin, remember after folding it, you have 4 edges, and those edges has to align while sewing. So that is why you have to pin, so that everything will be in place. So you go ahead and stitch, just the way you're seeing on the screen. I've gone ahead to stitch, and this is what I have, right? This is exactly what I have after my stitch. And when you're done and you have any excess, again go ahead and trim out. And I have, this is my measurement. I have 10 and a half after stitching, no, 10 inches after stitching. I stitch out 1 inches from the band, 1 inches, and I went ahead to weave. You can see, if you want your inner cap to be neat, you have to weave, especially if you're selling. If you're going to be making it for sale, you have to weave it just the way you're seeing on the screen. So you go ahead and weave. When you're done weaving, you go ahead and run a gather stitch at the back from your band, from your back of the head. You take out 2 inches. So from that 2 inches, you go ahead and run your gather stitch just the way you're seeing on the screen. You run your gather stitch all the way to the back, all the way to the back, or all the way to the end of your stitch. You go ahead and run your gather stitch. And when you're done running your gather stitch, make sure you pull the thread very tightly. Pull it very tightly and arrange it just the way you're seeing on the screen. Arrange it properly. Arrange it so that your gathers will come out nice. So when you're done, you go ahead and cut out your excess thread, and voila, this is what we have. Very simple, very easy to make. If you're using a sewing machine, you can make this cap, and if you're not using a sewing machine, you can also make this cap. So as you can see, this is if you're using a sewing machine. So we are going to make another one. If you don't have a sewing machine, relax, you can also make without a sewing machine. So here you're going to fold again just the way we fold earlier, and also fold it again exactly the same way, the same measurement, no different, the same measurement, just that we are not going to be using a sewing machine for this one. We are going to be using our needle and thread for this. So same measurement, 11 inches for your head circumference. On fold, when you open it, you're going to have 22 inches, and mind you, our sewing allowance is inside, and the width is 13 inches. The same thing with the first one. Then you go ahead and give it a nice curve at the down path. Go ahead and give it a nice curve. So when you're done, this is what you should have. Your measurement, you should still have your 11 inches by 13 inches, right? So when you're done, you go ahead and thread your needle and thread. You make your needle and thread, and you gently start your gather stitch. And this your gather stitch, you are going to make it very tiny. You're going to be running the gather stitch very tiny, going in and out very tiny. But before you start, you go ahead and secure your thread like 2 times from the beginning to keep the cap in place. Then you start your gather stitch. So you just continue like that tinily. You make sure it's very tiny, make sure it's very tiny. So you just continue like that. Remember, we are not sewing with a sewing machine. The only sewing we are going to be using, sewing, is this needle and thread. So that is why you have to make it very tiny, very tiny, just the way you're seeing on the screen. You go ahead and do that to the end, and while doing it, make sure you are picking all the 4 edges. You can see there are 4 edges. Make sure you are picking all the 4. You are not leaving anyone behind. You're picking all the 4 edges, and you're running your stitch tiny, little by little, rather little by little. So that's just it. You just go ahead and run your stitch to the end, and when you get to the end, you go ahead and secure your thread, secure it. Then you pull it very tight, make sure it's very tight. Then you secure your thread, and that's it, guys. We are done with it. It's a very simple cap, and it's very simple to make. Very easy, very easy. Okay, guys, so if you watch this video to this point, and you are not, and you've not subscribed to this channel, I don't know what you're waiting for. Please do also hit the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell, right? Yeah, so voila, this is what we have. Very simple and very, you can make it for a baby, you can make it for an adult. All you just need is to reduce your measurement if you're making it for a baby. Okay, then when you're done, and we didn't weave it, you can also weave it, but if you don't have access to that, no problem. Just take your lighter and just burn out any edges, and you're good to go. Can you see how beautiful it is? They are looking very beautiful and very easy to make, easy to wear, right? Yeah. So guys, will you be trying this? Which of them will you be trying, with the sewing machine or without the sewing machine? Let me know. And you can make a lot and sell. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.